So if you're studying in the evening, you're likely to be tired. You're not likely to perform at your best. So I'd recommend study after, if you're working, study at work or at a coffee shop nearby before you get home. Because once you get home, you eat dinner, then you're tired from dinner and you're in a food coma, or you're just exhausted because it's later at night now. And you don't do your best when you're tired. It's just a fact. The LSAT requires giving it your all. And so if anything is out of whack, you're overworked, you're stressed, you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, not exercising, not relaxing, your performance is going to suffer, and you may even get depressed. Or burn out. So you want everything to be in check, having the balance of sleeping well, eating well, exercising, and taking time for relaxation. And so that means not studying for the LSAT between the hours of like 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., then going to bed, waking up at 6 a.m. and repeating. That is not conducive to good LSAT performance. You want instead to study when you're more awake, which means not when you first wake up and not right before you go to bed, somewhere in the middle. So that's why I said at work, in a conference room, in your office, or at a coffee shop near your office, once you've already commuted to work. Then if you can, during lunch, if you have a break at work or you have some downtime at work, and then more on the weekends. So maybe 2 to 3 hours a day on weekdays, then 5 hours a day on at least one weekend day, and then you have one day off. So let's say an hour before work, an hour during lunch, and 2 hours after work, some sort of mix like that. And then on the weekend, if you had like a full day to do nothing but study, here's what it could look like. You wake up, shower, eat breakfast, exercise, then study from, let's say, the hours of 9 to 12 or 9:30 to 12:30. Take a break for lunch for an hour, 12:30 to 1:30. Then put in another 3 hours, 1:30 to 4:30, and that's it. So you studied 9:30 to 12:30, then again from 1:30 to 4:30. That's all you need. 6 hours is plenty if you're studying properly, if you're not distracted. And so I have some techniques for not getting distracted. There's a technique called the Pomodoro technique, which basically has you block off when you take breaks so that you're not tempted to take breaks during your studying. So you study for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break, then repeat. There is an app called the Focus app. It's available on smartphones and tablets and such. You could search the Apple Store. Then you go on there, it builds this in for you where you have segmented periods of time of study and periods of rest. So you don't check your phone now because you know that you have an opportunity to check your phone, email, Facebook, whatever, at the 25-minute mark, but not before. But you know it's coming up, so you can look forward to it. But in the meantime, you focus on your studies. So that's I hope that answered that question there. As for stamina, I mean, in general, you build up your endurance bit by bit. So let's say you're doing timed exams. I talked about 5-section timed exams, which are what you'll do on test day, but the published administrations are only 4 exams because that's all they release. So you could do your first timed exam as a 4-section exam with a 10-minute break in the middle. So 35, 35, 10-minute break, 35 again, 35 more, and that's it. Then the following time, a week later, then you do 5 sections, but you just build up bit by bit. So let's say you study at first for an hour, then an hour 10, then an hour 20, then an hour 30. Then you build up to 2 hours, and so on bit by bit in 10 or 15-minute increments. Start now, and ideally you're not taking the LSAT soon, so that you have 2 to 3 months to build up to this. And same goes for something like waking up early. Let's say you currently wake up at 9 a.m., but your LSAT's going to be at 9 a.m., and so you certainly can't wake up when the exam is starting. You want to wake up maybe at 7:30 or 7 or 6:30. So you move it back bit by bit, maybe 10, 15 minutes at a time till you get back to your goal time for waking up. And then, of course, you want to take your practice tests at the same time you'll be taking them on test day. So I believe the June exam is in the afternoon. So you want to take your timed exams in the afternoon and practice what kind of lunch you'll eat before that, or when you'll drinking your coffee, for example. You want to have all of that routine established now doing your timed practice tests so that you'll be good for test day, having it be just another practice test type experience.